It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
We know that the sea calls to you, Moana. After all, your name means ocean in Hawaiian, and it's the perfect name for you. It's strong and beautiful and flows easily off the tongue, but not everyone knows you as Moana. Several countries in Europe had to change your name, and the reason why will make you blush. We're sorry, it's not your fault. Some of the most iconic Disney characters of all time don't have the same names in other countries. Sometimes there's a translation error, and sometimes it's something more scandalous. Check out these 10 Disney character names that were changed in other countries.
Now let's get started.
Scrooge McDuck. We are totally loving the reboot of DuckTales. Scrooge McDuck is the rich, grumpy uncle of Huey, Dewey, and Louie. He is named after the rich, grumpy character Ebenezer Scrooge from A Christmas Carol. In English, it's normal to call a mean and stingy person Scrooge, but not in Spanish.
I'm so sorry.
In Mexico, this famous character is Rico McPato, which means Rich McDuck. That name makes a lot of sense, but so does Scrooge. Which name do you think is better? Elsa. The Queen from Frozen is one of the most popular Disney characters of all time. She has taught little girls everywhere how to let it go and be themselves. She is really popular in China too, but her name in the Mandarin Chinese dubs isn't Elsa. It's similar to her real name, but it sounds more like Aisha. If you're ever in China and someone mentions that they love Aisha, you'll know that they're talking about the Ice Queen. Goofy. Mickey Mouse's best friend is almost as easy to recognize as the mouse himself. Goofy is a talking dog who is, well, a little goofy.
I just wanted to tell you that I love you.
But kids in France know him as something else entirely. He is called Dingo in French. A dingo is a type of canine, but in France it can also mean nuts or nutcase. Is Goofy really crazy, or is he just silly? We wonder how he would feel about his French name. Knowing Goofy, he'd probably just laugh it off. Tinkerbell. The sassy fairy from Peter Pan started as a background character, but in the 1990s and early 2000s, Tinkerbell took on a life of her own. She had several shows and movies all about her. Her name was Tinkerbell because she tinkered around with things made of metal.
Can't fly.
But in Mexico, that part of her name is left out. She is called Campanita, which means little bell. It fits. It's a really pretty name for our favorite pixie. Eeyore. Are there any characters more iconic than the stuffed animals from the 100-Acre Wood? There have been so many shows and movies based on Winnie the Pooh. Christopher Robin just came out in 2018.
Cracked. Oh, I don't see any cracks. A few wrinkles, maybe.
Everyone loves the sad donkey Eeyore, but that is not his name in most other countries. In some places, his name sounds similar to his English name, but in Poland, his name is Klapuchi. It doesn't really mean anything except Eeyore. How funny is that? Cogsworth. Beauty and the Beast is one of Disney's most popular movies ever, and the 2017 remake brought the castle to life in a whole new way. We love Cogsworth, the Beast's loyal clock butler. He's a little grumpy, but he's a good guy.
Nothing, absolutely nothing of interest at all in the West Wing. Dusty, dull, very boring.
He is named after the cogs that make clocks work, but in Dutch, his name is Koning. That is the last name of a famous Dutch clockmaker. But Koning lived in the 1800s, and Beauty and the Beast takes place in the 1700s. That makes Cogsworth older than the clockmaker. We hope no history buffs picked up on this. Winnie the Pooh. Ursinhopuff might sound like a new member of the Powerpuff Girls, but it's not. You might be shocked to discover that this is actually everyone's favorite lovable, huggable bear.
What a wonderful idea.
But Winnie the Pooh didn't translate well to Portuguese. It doesn't really mean anything in English either. Instead, his Portuguese name literally translates to teddy bear. Well, that's definitely what he is. It's a totally adorable name. Flounder. Ever since the live-action Little Mermaid was announced, we've been catching up with Ariel and all her fishy friends. Flounder is her shy but loyal BFF. In English, a flounder is a type of fish, but his name is even cuter in Finnish. In Finland, they call him Parksi, which means splash. Splash would be such an adorable name in English too. We wonder if Flounder will be in the new movie. We sure hope so. Mickey Mouse. For decades, Mickey Mouse has been the face of Disney. In most countries, the world's most famous mouse has the same name, but not in Italy. His name is Topolino in Italian, and that means little mouse. And in case you were wondering, Minnie Mouse has the female version of the name. She goes by Topolina. We can't imagine Mickey by any other name. There's a whole Disney song that relies on spelling his name out. Moana. The most recent Disney princess made a lot of waves. She is the first Polynesian princess, and Moana is one of the only 2 Disney princess movies to not feature a love story. She is super popular all over the world, but she has a totally different name in Italy. Moana means ocean, and the movie is still called that, but her name in Italian is Vaiana. Why? Well, because Moana is the name of a famous Italian woman, but she is famous for making a certain type of adult movies. This wasn't the image Disney wanted, so they changed her name. Have you ever watched a Disney movie in a different language? If so, tell us what was different in the comment section below. Disney characters with totally different names in other countries.
Thank you all ever so much.
And thanks for watching. Give this video a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. We'll catch you next time on The Things.